What's going on, MadSpideyverse? Yes, I'm doing another bagging and boarding stream, and this is very shadowy in here, but I don't give a fuck. Yeah, if anybody wants to join, they're more than welcome. It's literally going to be one of those boring streams, obviously, unless somebody joins. I've realized I've got so many boxes and piles and bags and all sorts of shit of comics. Mainly need to scan, but I probably do need to bag and board some stuff as well. So I've got a pile of boards, pile of bags. Can't get my words out. But yeah, I pretty much just need to. If I don't do it live, I generally don't do it. So I really need to, get cracking on some of that sort of shit. So I can see Perry's lurking. Hope you're doing well, Perry. It's probably crack of dawn or something over there. I did send you the link if you want to join. It's going to be boring anyway, but you're more than welcome to, mate. And if and of course there goes my phone. Hang on, bear with me for 2 seconds. How did I know that was going to happen? Mr. Spidey ringing me as soon as I start doing the live stream, literally like a minute and a half in. But yeah, anybody wants to join, more than welcome to come out and hang. Yeah. All right, smartass. As I said, I sent you the link, Perry. It's not going to be an interesting stream. As I said, I'm literally just bagging and boarding. But yeah, I had the missus ring, so I had to had to take that. So yeah, it's going to be boring. So I don't care if anybody watches or not watches, but yeah, people are more than happy to join if they wish to. But yeah, I need to start getting some of this shit done. Otherwise, I'm never going to get it done. And it's keeping me entertained while I work. God, isn't that like really? Hang on, what is it? 7 o'clock here? Isn't it like 5 o'clock in the morning or something where you are, Perry? Must be really early. All right, so now the question is the scanner going to work in this kind of light? Slightly. As I said. Hey, Seabizzle. Hope you're doing well, brother. Yeah, literally just bagging and boarding. That's all I'm doing. Nothing super special or anything like that. Nothing exciting. Just chilling out. So what do we got? News. Okay, so that's a newsstand. Yeah, as I said, I'm at work too. It's 4 a.m. in Dallas. Fuck. God, and I thought I started early. Yeah, editing from 4 to 5 now, about to clock into my real job. I get you. Yeah, I don't. Sometimes some of the Aussie boys jump into the stream. If they see it, either Simon or Bo or Dave or Sean, they will quite often sort of pop into the stream, usually at this sort of time of night, because obviously it's like our night time, like it's 7 p.m. here. But as I said, if anybody wants to join, if it's really early in the morning and they've just woken up and they're like, I don't have to go to work today or not for a couple of hours, more than happy to join. Newsstand. Not that I care about newsstands, but I want to pick the right one at least. But yeah, I need to get this shit done. I really do. And obviously, if I show every book that I'm scanning, then I'll never get it done. So I'm not necessarily going to be showing a lot of books. It's more just getting them scanned and bagged and boarded and all that sort of goodness that needs to be done. So, but yeah, it's all fun and games. All right, so that's not a newsstand, so I can't scan that one. Series. Hopefully somebody might join. We'll find out soon enough. I don't know what volume this is, so that doesn't help. I think it might be volume 2. I work in a call center, but no one is calling, so I'm catching up on my reading pile. Ah, nice. Nice. Let's see if it's volume 2 or not. Yeah, I suppose keeping yourself busy, even though it's not really work, it's still keeping yourself busy. Okay, so it's not volume 2, so it must be volume 1. What is volume 1? Yes. Yes, I am. It's definitely been a godsend because if you know me well enough, or I've said it quite a few times, I hate doubles. I really do. I really do hate doubles. Yeah, it's a bit hard when you're sort of using some of the old ones. That's all right. There it is. It's the direct edition. Yeah, it's the what if books, and because there has been there's so many books that I'm trying to as I said, like I've got like 4 or 5 of these. I've got bags. I've got like my big comic deal that I did. I still need to scan that in. I've got. How do you feel about triples? Always a smart ass, aren't you, Perry? Yeah, no, I hate duplicates, which covers doubles, triples, quadruples, so on and so forth. Yeah, I just see it, especially saying that, I talk about how much books cost over here and rarity and and all that sort of stuff. There's nothing worse than buying a double, especially because it's annoying. It really is because I might be buying like over there might be a book over that you guys can get for $5 day in day out at any store, whether as we might pay 20 or 50 or something ridiculous. So I would prefer to spend my money on what if 38. Yeah, 38. Yeah, I'd rather not spend my money on buying multiples of things, but obviously sometimes, unfortunately it does happen. There's not much you can do about it. What's this one? Newsstand. And I'm literally just I'm just picking whether it's direct or newsstand. I personally don't care whether it's newsstand or direct. I'm not one of those sort of snobs. I don't think a newsstand is necessarily any pricier than what a direct is. Obviously there is rarity factors, but me personally, I don't care. I just want the book itself, and that's the main thing. If I have the book or if I have that's missing from a run or whichever like that, that's the way I want it to be. I just want to be able to get the book itself regardless. So some of these I probably really should rebag and board because some of the bags are a little bit shitty, but if it's probably going to take me a while to get through at least. I probably won't get through all of this, but I'd love to be able to get through a decent chunk, obviously, to make it a little bit more manageable. So when I do the next bagging and boarding stream, then there won't be as much to do. Aha, Dr. Doom. A little bit of the flavor of the minute. I still don't know about RDJ being Dr. Doom, but we might find it might be like a few people are speculating that it's just it might be like an alternate universe type thing. Which I think I'd be cool with that, but I don't actually want RDJ as a proper Doctor Doom. I think he'd play the part well, don't get me wrong, but he's Iron Man. Like, I know it's some actors have crossed over and things like that, but he's still Iron Man to me, personally. So yeah, I don't know about it. I didn't actually see any of the other announcements. I'm assuming there was a lot more announcements, but I didn't really see that many. Nope, I've got to go to Journey into Mystery now. Let's go back. Add search series by title. That's probably easier. Journey into Mystery, Volume 1. It's past your bedtime. What are you talking about? Yeah, I don't even think he's a doctor. I'll send you a link, Bo. You can jump on if you want, but yeah, you're probably busy or recording your own videos or doing something like that. But yeah, I'll send you one if you want to jump on. I'm literally just bagging, boarding, and scanning. It's nothing too exciting. Obviously, if there's somebody else or a couple of other people on here, it'd be probably a little bit more entertaining for anybody who does want to watch. But I'm more than happy for you to jump on if you want, Bo. I've sent it to your IG. So now what am I doing? Journey into Mystery. Oh, I've got to scroll through for a bit. Oh, not that far. That went a little nuts. Come on, where are you? Journey into Mystery 120. 123. Side note, I smashed that like button. Thank you very much, Seabizzle. I greatly appreciate it. Speaking of thumbs up, whether some of you may have catched Spidey's Outback on the weekend, and I know a few guys in the community have talked about this. But if you've noticed, the bot farms are going around at the moment. We used to have what's the name? We used to have the porn bots. Now we've got the bot farm. So I noticed there's about 8 of us on the panel at the time, and then it was actually Lascrucius that brought it to my attention. He goes, "Have a look at how many people watching." There was like 80 something people watching. There he is.
What?
Oh my God! Fuck, that's loud.
Do people still say that?
No, absolutely not.
Are you in the video?
No,
Okay, so no commenting from you.
but that no one does that.
No, nobody does that anymore. Wasn't that like 1998 or something? Or
Wasn't that just yesterday?
No, it was
No.
early 2000s.
What year is it now?
2024.
Oh shit! Where did time go? What are you
Yeah,
bagging and boarding, bro?
Might have been early 2000s. I don't know.
What are you
Something
bagging
that
and
was
boarding there?
a lot of stuff. I got boxes, bags, fucking also. I've got something like, I don't know, 200 or 300 comics to do.
Well, mate, this is a brilliant idea. Why do it all alone when you can sit here and ramble bullshit to the crowd?
That's what I've said. I've said it before. I'm like, if I don't do it live, I don't do it.
Yep,
mate,
yep.
it forces me to do it.
Yeah, man. 100%. That is a really good idea.
So I just sit here and ramble to myself. Like I'm not even looking at the chat. I'm just sitting here scanning and shit and just rambling along. And I can be talking about, whistling Dixie or something for all I know. And bloody
Oh,
people
mate, you're giving shit to my age and you're referencing Whistling Dixie.
I don't even know who that is.
and I'm older than you anyway. So,
Not by much.
oh, still older though. Oh, God. Yeah, were you... No, because you didn't jump on this weekend, did you? Yesterday.
Yeah, I did. Am I that
Yeah,
forgettable?
Yeah, you are.
You know why? It's because you went for like 7 freaking hours, man. I'm
Close
sorry I
to.
could only make it for 2.
2 minutes. Were you there when the bot farm hit?
Yep.
Yeah. Fuck, that was... I actually ended up getting about 50 subs out of it.
Oh, really?
But I can guarantee they'll start leaving eventually.
Oh, well,
But
Yeah,
because what was I? I was like 5.
I remember you had like
5
85 people watching at some point.
Yeah. 5. I think I was on 578 subs or something like that, and I went to 626. So, but yeah, guaranteed
Okay.
it will go, but it gets me excited for a day at least.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Did you see Aussie versus Milestone?
Did you? Yeah, because you hit 700. Did you? You haven't hit 800.
810 now, baby.
Yeah, which is fun. It's quite good though because you guys started a lot later than I did.
Oh yeah. Plus, it's different content, mate. You know what I mean? Like you're pretty like old school with your comics and your statues, and I'm jealous of your statues. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like I never show that stuff.
But I think also because you've got multiple people for a roster, you're getting sort of different groups from different, like you get your family, friends, and all that sort of shit. But people get followed on Facebook, IG, and you've got that little bit of an advantage in that sort of.
I think you're more, even though there's more subs, mate. I think you're more popular than me.
Well, you probably know more people in the Aussie comic book community.
Well, I've never been nominated for a CBC award, so you have
yet.
So it's not about the subs, mate. It's about the quality of people around. Oh, that makes me sound like I don't have good quality people. I'm trying to say something endearing.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to get at. Though I nominated you guys for the omnibus thing last year.
Oh, thanks, man. What about this year?
I haven't actually voted this year.
Oh, really?
I've sort of given up on it a little bit. Like I'll still do the vote, but I think I'll do it privately this time. I don't think I'll be doing it on a live stream like I did the last 2 years.
Oh no, you can't do it live. You don't want people to know what you're going for.
Oh yeah, I'd do it because then people see me voting for myself.
Oh.
People like
I made sure I did a bit of a circle thing where like I went like one for you, one for Simple Simon, one for Lee Wack Comics. Then I did one for who else? Because you guys are my main boys. Then a couple of American ones like Near Mint Condition and Omnidog's Vault. But yeah, I just kind of went in that sort of a circle, if it was applicable anyway.
Yeah, well, that's what Comic Journey does. He only votes for Insomniacs. He won't vote for like other people. But there's like fucking probably 20 of us that are constant on the channel on the live streams.
Well, I'm only going to vote for the ones that I watch, because we're mates, but I watch your shows. You know what I mean? It's the same with Simon and Omnidog's Vault and Near Mint Condition and Lee from Wack Comics. I watch all you guys, so of course I'm going to vote for you.
Yeah, well, I'm the same. Like I always say that, like, and I'll say it on the live streams. Like I'll vote like half with my head and half with my heart. So like if I think somebody deserves to win, and I do watch their content, then I'll vote for them. But if
Yeah.
it's somebody that I think should, is most likely going to win it, but I don't watch their content, or I don't particularly, I don't know, like their channel for any kind of reason or whatever like that, then I won't vote for them. So I sort of do a bit of half and half.
I like the way Simon does it on I keep calling him MadSpidey. The way Simple Simon does it. He had a video up recently. Did you see his? About about.
Oh yeah. I saw the yeah.
I like
didn't
that
do the
because it
actual voting,
introduces
but
me to other channels.
yeah. Well, Simon's been around like obviously even longer than me, so he knows a lot more channels too.
Yeah.
Like either through watching or personally or whichever sort of thing. So it's easier for him to sort of rattle off, okay, there's what's going on here? Yeah, like he'll have something like, okay, comic reviews. He might have watched guys that have been around for like fucking 10 years, whereas I might have seen only like, guys that have been around a year or 2 years. But
yeah. But it's good, man. You guys have got good community. I've met a lot of people through your channel as well, which is great.
Yeah, and that's why I sort of joke about it with Dave, like still only 35 cents. I said, like, you started on my live stream. I got you because I met him through one of the Facebook groups.
Yeah.
And he's like, he says in the face, I'm going to start. Like, I was there before he even started the channel.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, and I said to him, I go, why don't you come on the live stream? You'll get some subs. I'll push your channel and all that sort of stuff. So I really pushed his channel at the start, and now he's blowing past me, and he's only been.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's almost at 800 now himself.
Oh, okay, cool.
And he's only been going since November last year.
Oh, that's really good. What content does he have?
So, because Dave's very much into the talking about Aussie reprints, UK reprints, Pence.
Oh, okay.
He has a killer collection too.
Yeah, sweet.
I'd love to be able to go down to his place one day, but he's in San Diego right now.
Oh, is he?
He's with Neville.
Oh, okay.
Because they're doing the panel together.
Yeah, right. Man, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, I think San Diego would be too busy for me.
Oh no, mate! I would die to go to there one day.
But it's all in saying that, like, yeah, the spectacle would be great, but I don't want to queue up for 36 hours just to see one panel.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. See, because I can only compare it to the ones we have here, and the only times we really have lines is when you want to get an autograph or some art done. So, do you reckon you have to line up for the panels badly?
You do, like especially Hall H, which is
that never occurred to me.
Yeah, you've got to Hall H is the premium one where all the big announcements happen.
Yeah.
And people will queue up for days just to try and get in there.
Jeez, I had no idea. Well, that's good to know before I ever go to one then.
That's why it's a 4-day con too.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even realize. I thought it was just the weekend, and it was only a couple of days ago that I realized it started. Yeah, Thursday. So 4 days. Yeah, but still, man, I'd love to go. I mean, it's like saying I'd love to go to a WrestleMania, and then I finally go, and I've got tickets that are really far back. Like at least I've got to go to one.
Yeah, and I suppose I'd love to go to San Diego for the spectacle. Obviously, if you're not going to hunt comic books there because everybody's going to be overpriced. It's all going to be exclusives, and there's not going to be many vendors there. So it'd be almost like going to an Australian show in that case.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'd be the same with like New York Comic Con. Like it's more pop culture than anything now. The spectacle would be great, but at the end of the day, it's like if all you're doing is queuing and lines and getting hardly anything done because that's all you're doing, is it really worth it?
Yeah, I guess not. Not if, I mean, in the big scheme of things, no, it's not. But for the spectacle, like you said, I think it is. It all comes down to how much money you're spending as well, because we've got to do plane tickets, accommodation, all that sort of jazz. So I guess it would all come down to that, man. You know, if you've got American mates that you can stay with, if you can get cheaper flights, then yeah, possibly.
Yeah, and that's why, like I've said to like Mark from Legion, like he's been like full busting my balls for like the last 2 to 3 years to go to Heroes.
Yeah.
And I said to him, I go, it's not the fact of whether I want to go or not, it's whether I can go or not. Because one, it's a bad time of year because it's stock take time. End of financial is always a hard time of year. Especially in sort of my industry. Well, you're in a similar sort of industry to me anyway, so you sort of know that side of things.
No, strippers are all year round.
But there's special discounts for end of financial year.
That is true. That is true.
But yeah, like I don't even have a passport, so I
know you've told me that.
I'd have to start with that first.
Well, it's not as bad as everyone says, you know, because I went to Spain just in December, and people were telling me you got to wait months and months for your passport, but mine came in like 3 weeks.
You can do a fast track if you
want
but I
didn't even do
like,
that.
It's generally so there you go. So you might have got in at the right time then, because some certain times a year it can take up to 2-3 months.
Yeah, that's exactly what people tell me. But yeah, 3 weeks, mate. Bang.
Obviously, you got your name off the blacklist then.
Yeah, finally. Finally, when you've been a stripper as long as I have, mate, you know, you start to make friends.
Friends in high places. You got you got some scandalous photos and that to use as blackmail.
It's the friends in the low places that matter.
But yeah, like I'd love to get to Heroes, like just meeting all these YouTube guys I've been speaking to for, you know, 3, almost 4 years now.
Yeah, bloody oath, man. You're gonna have to go at one point, right? Like maybe not to the cons, but you got to go to the States and meet some of your mates.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Like obviously Heroes would be the best way to do it because they're all there. Like there's obviously a few guys that, you know, will miss out and stuff like that. But yeah, like even to make just 10 or 15 of the, you know, 20 of the American guys that I've been talking to for so long, you know, just to actually hug and, you know, fucking shake hands and, you know, hang out and have a drink and, well, not that I really drink, but have a drink or whatever.
Bit of a fondle.
Yeah, have a bit of a fondle, grab somebody's ass, you know, if I feel inclined, you know, I reckon it'd be awesome. So, well, Dave and Sean really enjoyed themselves when they went over this year. So
I heard you mention that you didn't hear any of the other SDCC announcements.
No, I everybody while we're on Spidey's Outback, everybody was talking about the fucking Doctor Doom thing.
Yeah, well, that was definitely the biggest news.
Yeah, but I didn't hear anything else as of yet.
So you didn't hear about the Superman Green Lantern movie they're making?
Live action or animated?
Live action.
Oh, no, I did not hear that.
Yeah, no one else did either.
They probably said Green Lantern's name first and then everybody just walked off.
Yeah, no, it's because it's not happening. I'm just playing with you. But the real ones are they titled Fantastic Four, the movie. So it's called First Flight. First Flight,
so
First Steps.
It's not going to be another origin.
First Step. Well,
it sounds like
I don't think it is origin. Actually. No, I don't think it will be, man, to be honest. I think we've seen that enough, don't you?
Yeah, like every time they re-release with new cast, they do a fucking another version of an origin story.
I think maybe they'll just do a sped up one, to be honest.
Oh, just do like a real. Well, I suppose they sort of did that with the Jessica Alba ones. They sort of like the start was only like the first 20 minutes, half an hour, really. That was like
I don't remember, to be honest.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
like the whole thing.
Yeah. What else was there? There wasn't that much, to be honest. I was expecting a lot more, but there was at least like 5 noteworthy things. Fuck, what else was there?
I know Sean mentioned because D23, the big Disney Expo thing, is in another month or something. They quite often leave a lot of reveals for then too. So that they'll quite often do anything Marvel. They'll do obviously the Star Wars stuff or any other Disney stuff. They'll probably leave it till D23. So
the Russo brothers are directing the next 2 Avengers movies.
I knew about that. Yeah, they did mention that. So at least that might be a help in getting it back into the right direction, I think.
Yeah. And the Esposito, the guy from Breaking Bad, who's going to be in Captain America 4, they announced his character.
Sidewinder.
Yeah. So you did hear it all.
Yeah. So I heard about that. So it's all pretty much about the 2 movies they announced.
I know. I was actually quite disappointed. I was really hoping they were going to do what they did in the old days, and that's like show their slate for like the next 10 years or 5.
Yeah.
Because it's so out of whack at the moment because of the writers' strike and them going downhill and then redoing stuff, and then the black guy getting in trouble, Kang. So there's a lot of stuff that they've had to move around. So I was hoping they were going to solidify that a bit, but no, they didn't.
Because they talked about, obviously, because they showed Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you can't really do Secret Wars without Kang. You can.
It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting because I think they can do it without Kang in the MCU because all the incursions have started.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean already? But how are they going to end this Kang storyline when they're so deep in it already? That's what I don't get how they're going to do, because they're obviously going to.
Yeah, because they've already done, obviously, first series of Loki. They've done
Ant-Man,
Quantumania, and to a very, very small extent, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah. But like, how are you going to get rid of all those Council of Kangs just by? I mean, like, my easy guess would be Doom just rocks up and blows them all away. You know what I mean? Like, just to show how powerful he is. Like, you thought Kang was the big bad. Nah, here comes Doom.
Or they could just kibosh the fucking that end credit scene altogether and just pretend it never happened.
Nah, they're not going to do that. They can't do that.
Wouldn't be the first time.
No. I don't think they're ever going to do that shit. I think they're going to bring everything into the fold eventually, because now it's all under one. Like, the only things really that I think have been left out after Deadpool is New Mutants. Everything else is sort of connected to a degree now. Oh, and then the Netflix stuff like S.H.I.E.L.D. and that wasn't Netflix, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
A couple of those series, those shows. There's always just different universes.
I don't know whether they'd bother integrating New Mutants, saying that it didn't do too well.
I think they'd always be willing to bring back Magic, because that actor has the one from the new Mad Max,
Anna
Taylor-Joy
or whatever her name is.
Yeah, I reckon they'd be more than happy to bring her back.
Yeah, well, she's starting to get, because ever since she did that, was it like a chess show or something on
that was
Netflix?
Great. That was great.
Queen's Gambit.
Yeah.
She got really high reviews, like rave reviews for that show. That she
Did you ever see it?
Nah, never. I thought, oh, it's about chess. I'm not watching it.
Yeah, well, fuck, it's not just about chess, mate. You think I'd want to watch a show about chess?
You said it was, you didn't say anything past. Oh, yeah, I said it was that show about chess. Yeah, it was great.
True. Yeah, no, it was really good though, man. Really good.
And I suppose sometimes that kind of show, it's like that sometimes. Like, you're like, oh, I don't want a boring chess game and all that sort of stuff. But if they put enough drama or
Yeah.
or something into it, then you could make it a great show, which obviously it was.
I suggest giving it a go. Watch the one episode and see how you feel.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm one of those guys, if it doesn't catch me in the first episode, generally I don't keep going.
Yeah, but that's fair enough. If you don't get sucked into the drama or whatever the hell goes on in that first episode, it's been a long time now, and you don't want to continue, then don't. But I reckon you will.
Yeah. I'm willing to give anything a go. Like, I've watched some fucking weird shit in my time, so
yeah.
I think we all have. So yeah, like some things, and it's like what I say, and I'm actually the opposite with anime, because a lot of people will be like, oh, I tried to watch this anime series and I watched 1.5 episodes and it was shit. And I'm like, anime, you got to give it at least 4 to 5 episodes to see whether it hooks you or not. Whereas
I totally agree with that.
Live action's a little bit different.
I totally agree with that. My brother just introduced me to one. I've only seen 2 episodes so far, but I'm enjoying it. Claymore.
Yeah, Claymore's awesome.
Oh, it is? Okay, good. I was hoping it gets better because I've enjoyed it, but I've been told it's pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's over there. I can't get to it, but yeah, I've got the box set there.
Oh yeah, so it's about. I've got it on YouTube. It's like 9 hours.
Yeah, I haven't. I think I bought it when it first came out. So yeah, I have not watched it in quite a while. There are some anime that I re-watch, but some I can still vaguely remember whether I at least enjoyed them or not. I do remember thoroughly enjoying that. It was a good series.
I recently just bought 3 because I used to love them and I haven't seen them in years. And I went, why don't I own these? And it was Akira.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh god, Ninja Scroll, and the third one was Wicked City.
So you talk about like 3 of the all-time classics. Any anime fan should own.
I never saw the series of Ninja Scroll though.
Yeah, the series was, in my opinion, wasn't long enough.
Was it good though?
But they also dulled it down. It was an M or MA, or might have even been an R-rated movie. But when the series came out, it was only PG.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you're not getting the full extent, and they changed the storyline a little. I still enjoyed it, but it's not the movie. Like it really isn't.
Did you ever check out Pluto on Netflix?
No, I didn't.
That's one of my favorite.
I've also got some really long list of stuff to try and get through. Hey, Aaron. I do see it come up on my, because obviously it comes up and goes, oh, we suggest you watch this, saying you watch this.
Yeah.
And it quite often, will pop up.
My brother's telling me to watch Bucky.
Oh, Bucky. Yeah. Yeah, see, I was actually very, very surprised they continued with Bucky, because the original series was done in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, so he told me that there's 2 on YouTube, which is the first 2, and then the one on Netflix is technically meant to be the 3rd.
Well, you've got the series that's just called Bucky, and that's actually, I think it's a continuation, because the original series is actually called Bucky the Grappler.
Oh yeah,
that's the original series, and then they made Bucky, and I think they went for 2 seasons, and then they stopped that, and then they brought one out called Bucky Hanma, and I'm like, what are they doing? But it's slightly different. Slightly different storyline, but still the same premise, obviously. Nothing much being one, but entertained by Spidey. I'm not entertaining, C Bizzle. Don't lie.
You're entertaining me.
Yeah. So
Why
yeah,
can't
like
I see these comments?
Are you on your phone?
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, it's horrible on the phone trying to see comments.
Hey, you got a lot.
You lose half the screen.
Hey, couching and slouching with C Bizzle.
That's
Beckerman,
yeah,
Perry.
it's Perry the Lurker.
Sweet.
But yeah, no, like I was very surprised when I was scrolling around Netflix about a year ago and I came across it and I went, well, that's about 15, 20 years later than the original series. They decided to keep going with it. So
I'll tell you which one I did like that's new. And they just came out with a season 2. Blood of Zeus.
Oh, did I watch the first season of that?
Came out 3 years ago, the first season.
No, I didn't watch. Oh, what was the other one I watched? The other one was like Dragon Lore or something, or Age of the Dragons or something like that. I think I watched
that one.
Yeah, I think I watched the first season and I was like, do I want to watch the second season? And I'm like, because that's the problem with all these fucking shows is it takes too long to get to a second season. You forget what you bloody watched.
Oh, bloody oath. The amount of recap videos I watch on YouTube these days. How long are you going to be?
I'm 8 years old finding out what Spidey is anime fan. Yeah, if you actually had a look at, because I'm in my actual room, I'm not at the missus's place. Yeah, if you had a look at around there, you'll see a lot of that's probably anime. See, Bizzle, a lot of it. Either that or Hong Kong cinema or Japanese cinema or yeah, there's a lot of Asian influence in my room. If that's culturally appropriate to say.
Who knows anymore, mate? I don't think you're allowed to say anything anymore.
No. Boo. Oh, no, I offended you by trying to scare you. Oh, that's politically incorrect. Fuck's sake. Let's fucking go!
I know. It's hard to have a YouTube channel these days. Every time I go, ladies and gentlemen, I then think, am I meant to like be including a third category there?
Oh, yeah.
I just don't know anymore.
You'll think he's a fan of something you enjoy, and then he... Shut up, Mike. Asshole. I'll get back to it one day, maybe. These Mike's having a go at me for going on hiatus for original art. I'm like,
there's only so much you can afford, mate.
It's exactly right. I was going to say it's expensive enough trying to go after the books, the caliber of books I'm going for, and the amount that I'm going for, let alone trying to go for ridiculously overinflated prices of original art and commissions and stuff like everything else did during COVID.
I can't even keep up with Omnis these days. It's the first time in 3 years that I'm behind.
Oh, wow.
And it kills me, man.
You're not trying to get like everything though. You're just trying to get what
I wanted every Marvel.
Yeah.
And then just a select DCs. But Marvel are pumping them out, man. And you know, when they're like now they're about $250 on average.
Fuck.
So how many of them can you afford every fortnight?
One if I'm lucky.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Like I was on top of them always.
And that's the problem with Omnis too, is that obviously, yeah, one, it's a price thing. But it's also the fact of a lot of them they don't reprint. So if you miss out first go, you got to do it in the.
It's becoming a bit less common actually these days. They've done a lot of reprints lately in the last 2 years.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, it used to be that way though.
Are reprints less or more or same price when they get released, like price wise?
Same price.
Okay.
Actually, in this day and age, probably even more. So, like, you might have been able to buy a book at $130, and let's say it's been out of print for the last 5-10 years, a brand new book now is about 250. So, but then again, you're probably going to spend that trying to get the original on a secondhand market anyway.
If not more, especially if it's a popular one.
Yeah, exactly right.
Or
but then there are some still that'll never get reprinted because of licensing rights. That'll always be up, like the Stephen King ones or John Carter, things like that.
And then you're like, you know, oh yeah, I found one on eBay. It's only $1,000 when it was $200 when it first came out. Yeah, it sounds like a fucking. It's exactly the same as comic books. You know, like something gets hot, it stays hot. Even if it drops a little bit, it'll still keep some sort of monetary collectible value because of a first appearance or whatever. And
well, it's like I've been telling you, I've been wanting a Werewolf by Night Omni. They seem to be available in America on the secondhand market, but in Australia, F that, mate. It's $300 minimum, and it's just I really want it, but I can't afford an omnibus for that much. Not when there's all these new ones still coming out today.
You know, cost you fucking about $60 American just to ship it over here.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, so by the time currency conversion, shipping, and all the bullshit, you're probably paying like $500 for the fucking thing.
Yeah, you're right, Beckerman. I mean, in this day and age, you are very right. You can't say never anymore now that Marvel finally got the rights to Micronauts and ROM and things like that. Like, we never in a million years thought they'd ever do a Romnibus, and now they have. But there are certain things that, you know, I mean, I don't know, man. I find it very hard to believe they'll ever get the rights back to Stephen King stuff or John Carter. But then again, never say never. You are right.
Now, the question is, seeing that Mike's in the chat, have they ever done a new Warriors omnibus?
No. Wait a minute. Sorry. Hang on. Sorry. I was thinking of a completely different title. Marvel New Warriors. Yes, they have. They're up to volume 3.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
In
fact, volume 3 has just come out.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, there we go. Mike said, 3 of them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think they'd print such a shit book.
Mate, Marvel have printed some omnis that are pretty questionable, you know. You'd think they're only for people like me that want everything, but there's stuff that I can't believe would sell, like, you know, Kazar, or as everyone else says, Kazar. There's, what else is a bit weird? There's a Wonder Man omnibus, Iron Fist. I mean, look, they made 4 Shang-Chi, you know, but people buy them.
Yeah, I suppose everybody sort of, you know, loves certain sort of titles.
Squirrel Girl.
Like that. And well, Squirrel Girl is actually quite popular, surprisingly enough.
I know, that was the first Marvel omnibus I didn't bother buying.
No.
I just can't read it. I tried to, and I'm like, if I'm never going to read it, I'm not going to buy it. I've got to have a limit.
Do you think, is it just a bit too kiddie?
Yeah. Like, I might be able to read it if I have kids one day, to my kid, but I'm never going to pull it off the shelf and give it a read.
Yeah, I don't know enough about Squirrel Girl or her books to be able to make a informed judgment on that, whether there are certain stories that are a bit more adult-like or not, or whether they're just all kiddie-based or what. I'm not 100% sure. Like, probably Mike's actually actually even Seabizzle as well. They're a lot more knowledgeable than I am in that sort of side of things, so they may be able to shine some light on that. But personally, I always thought it was a kiddie title.
Sorry. It actually makes me a little upset not being that immature anymore, if I'm being honest.
I'm still a big fucking kid. I don't give a shit.
No, but so am I. But, like, the point is that when I read it as something like Squirrel Girl and I sit there and go like this, oh, this is just too young, too immature, I can't do it. That makes me feel like I've grown up too much.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I still like my cartoons.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Man, there are so many cartoons I need to rewatch, and I've had on my shelf for ages. Like, I've been wanting to rewatch the original Ninja Turtles. You know, back when we were growing up. I want to watch Defenders of the Earth. I want to watch the original Transformers, Voltron. I've got them all, and I still haven't watched them.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I know you've got them.
There. Oh, I was going to say, yeah, there's Defenders right there.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I actually have. I don't have the Ninja Turtles. I think I was waiting for like a box set.
Yeah, it never happened. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. They made a box set with, but it was stupid though. Like it looked cool. They made it in the bus.
Yeah, hang on.
And then it was all, but they're all like loose discs in there, and I'm like, nah, I'm not doing loose shit like that. Nah, fuck that.
Can you turn your camera around?
Yeah, you should be able. It should be the flip button.
No, I'm not seeing a flip button, but anyway. So volumes 1 to 6 are just your standard DVD.
Yeah.
Right? And then after 6 is when they branched out, and they've got 5 in this big sort of box.
Mm.
And then they did one that really stands out. That's annoying. It's the one that you were just talking about.
Yeah, the turtle bus thing, or the turtle van.
Yeah. I just don't know why. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember them as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not going to sit on the shelf when I'm like limited.
And it doesn't. And then they go back with the big ones here.
Yeah.
And man, it's so annoying. Just have it all together, and you can't. You know what else I've always wanted? The Transformers box set, because mine's all the individual DVD box ones. You know, season 1, season 2, season 3, and it takes up so much room.
The grey boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got
they're different colours: purple, red, blue.
Yeah, I can't see mine from here. It's behind the TV. But, oh yeah, that's right. I think the first one was grey, and then they started changing them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a bit annoying. But I've also had to rebuy things just for space wise. So like, especially a lot of the anime, because a lot of the anime used to come in like a whole series would be 26 episodes. It'd come in 6 discs in a nice colorful box, and then they'd release like a fat pack.
Yeah,
that would be a lot thinner. So I've had to rebuy a lot of stuff just because of space. Because at the moment, I've still got about 8 or 10 piles about a meter high of media sitting on the ground because I have no space to put it.
Yeah, see, I changed my Buffy and Angel box sets.
Yeah.
From the original ones that used to go for about 1 kilometer, and now they're just in like one box.
Yeah.
I changed my Smallville into the box set because that was a lot less room. The Batman Adventures, I got the box set because that was a lot less room as well. In fact, most of them, if I can get them in a smaller box, I will. The only one I missed out on was Transformers.
Yeah, I need to do it with a lot of series. Once again, mainly anime, but I've got things like Supernatural that takes up a lot of space because that's like, what, 15, 16 seasons.
Have you got all of that?
Yeah, I've got all of that.
Holy moly.
I've got all of Smallville as well. Actually, they're in each one is in the thinner packs. But the last season they weren't going to bring out over here, so I imported it.
Oh,
the import one is the fatter pack. I've also got Teen Wolf. That's not, but they split some of the seasons up because I really love that show. I know it was more of a girly.
No, I liked it too.
I really loved it.
I really got into that, to be honest. In fact,
I still want to see the movie, but the movie's on like fucking Stan or Paramount or something, and I can't see it.
Paramount, it is, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not part of that.
Yeah.
So
I think they might be bringing it back or something. I could have sworn I heard something about Teen Wolf recently.
Fuck, you're an idiot, Barry.
I
need to get Dawson's Creek. Oh god, yeah, he was talking about that the other day, and he's like, "Come on, bro, Dawson's Creek's awesome." And I'm like, "Okay."
Well, me and my missus have just started Supernatural because she's never seen it. So we're up to season 4 where it starts to get really good.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so
A long way to go.
Yeah, I've actually rewatched it a few times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because sometimes I'm just like, once I get stuck on something, I'll just go to the end. So
yeah, see, I love that.
I'm like, it couldn't be fucked picking a movie, or it couldn't be fucked starting something new or anything like that. Because Beck's got all the streaming stuff at her house. I don't have anything in my house.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what do I watch? I'm like, I feel like watching the first season of Supernatural, and then once I start, all the
See, I'm the
way to
same way,
end.
but Claudia needs a break every now and then.
No, I can't do it. Like, my only break will be I'll do it at home after work. So when I'm chilling, doing nothing, jump in bed, chuck on the TV, watch a couple of episodes, and then I'll do that every night of the working week. But then when I go to bed, I'll watch whatever's on Netflix or Disney or whatever that I got to catch up on. So that's my sort of break. But yeah, during the week, once I start, I'm not stopping until it's finished.
Yeah. Well, one that I got recently that I didn't get the box set, but individuals that I want to watch with her because I loved is The Wonder Years.
Yeah, so I never really got into The Wonder Years. Like, I've
Oh,
seen
man, I love that.
I never really got into it.
You know what one I've always wanted, but I can't find in a box set anywhere. I've only just seen random seasons on eBay, and they're so expensive, I don't bother getting them. But it's Perfect Strangers.
Oh, yeah, with Belky.
Yeah, I've always wanted all of that. There was 8 seasons of that, and that was my favorite sitcom.
I think they might have had a box set at one point.
Oh, geez, I'd like to get that.
Yeah, but no, I don't think it lasted too long because obviously not the most popular of series.
Yeah.
Newer kids anyway these days. But yeah, I remember that. I remember, excuse me, because that was all the time of like Growing Pains and Family Ties and well, that was
there's a few of that
earlier.
era that never came out in box sets. I think like Family Matters and Step by Step.
Yeah, there was that, and there's what else did they have?
Remember Step by Step?
Yeah, I remember. I still vaguely remember the theme song too.
Step by step, day by day, doesn't make a difference if it goes our way. Dun, 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 dun. We can make a difference or something, and we can get it right.
Was the Step by Step that had the dopey cousin Cody?
Yeah.
But
he used to laugh like that or
something. It was actually like a tough guy sort of thing because he'd stick up for the daughter and stuff.
Yeah, he was so funny, that guy. What would have happened to that actor? Because he was pretty funny.
It was
Probably
funny, but it was, I don't know whether he was actually slow or whether that was just the part he was playing or what. I don't know, but he played the part well because
exactly.
But he was good value. No, that's for sure. But what else was there back in the day? There was just so many shows. It was
sitcoms were huge, man, back in the day. I mean, now there was a resurgence with after Seinfeld and How I Met Your Mother, but now I think it hasn't been any good ones for a while now. It's because who wants to watch? Generally speaking, I don't think most people want to watch just a 20-minute show anymore.
Yeah, either people like the Netflix, HBO, like long format, like the hour episode stuff, or they just go on their phone and watch reels that go for a minute or under a minute.
Yeah, which is so ironic, isn't it? Because people have less attention span these days, and they like quick. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, always loves that. They want quick videos, but then they don't watch sitcoms in half an hours.
Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite What If ones was like not actual stories, but just to own. It was What If Aunt May was the Herald of Galactus.
Yeah. I think, is that in the pile? It might be like 'cause some of this stuff was when I went crazy at the YouTube auctions a couple of years ago. And that was when What If first got announced as the Disney Plus show. So everybody was selling What If books. So I went a little crazy and bought like, a few little lots and stuff like that just to try and get some, just in case there was any sort of like spec or anything like that.
Yeah.
But like a lot of it's just like random numbers and shit like that. But yeah, there was some really good stories and there was some really goofy ass stories as well.
Well, the 4th omnibus is coming out soon.
Mm.
So that takes you up to like, the classic Wolverine Hulk embossed cover, that era.
Yeah. Yeah, because they did I think 3 volumes or 4 volumes, but obviously there's some that are being done now, like brand new days, but it's just a one shot here
the
or
What
there.
If now is just crap.
Yeah.
I don't know what Marvel are thinking, I really don't get it. Because at least when they stopped being monthly, they started doing what if for like, events like What If Civil War and What If AVX and What If House of M, and that was fine. But now the What Ifs, man, they're just crap.
Yeah, nothing like. As I said, they did a good balance. They did some really good alternate stories. And then they did some like funny ones that were just a fun read, just to have a bit of a laugh. But oh crap, this is the wrong volume. Must be volume 1. That's the hardest thing doing this if you're not scanning them, trying to work out which volume they are.
Well, that's why every single time you get anything in, you scan it. That's what I do.
I'm usually
Every
like
time.
that, but I've been so distracted by outside influences and things like that in the last several months that I just haven't had a chance to do it.
If I didn't scan my shit, I'd never know what I own.
Oh yeah.
Mate, I remember when that one came out.
Yeah, that would have been early 90s, I think.
Yeah.
$1.25 US. Yeah, that probably would have been late 80s or early 90s. So that would be probably volume 2, I would say. But yeah, no, there was some bloody good. Yeah, there was some really good stories.
Wouldn't that be volume 3?
No, it's volume 2.
Okay. I thought, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought volume 1 didn't go for that long, but like the original, and then they brought it back with another one. But maybe that's just, that must be bullshit. I'm just making that up.
I'm looking here. Volume 1 was 47 issues. So yeah, so fairly small run. Volume 2 looks like it's a lot bigger. Volume 2 was 114 issues.
Yeah, see, I think after that, it probably started going to events, yeah?
Well, volume 3 just looks like it was almost like a mini series because it's only 6 issues.
Oh, okay.
And that was done in 2004.
Yeah, see, I think they're probably not counting them as volumes then after that, because they're just so random. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh no,
like in trade paperback and hardcover format, they're called like What If Dark and What If Siege and What If That, and there are a few issues.
Well, this one says What If Volume 4, and it's only one book.
What the hell is that one?
That one was. Yeah, it literally just says Siege.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
And that was still good. That was still good stories back then. But now, like today, like they've got one out now at the moment called What If Venom. And you'd think that'd be my jam because I love Venom. But I just think it's shit.
Yeah, everything else just says What If Spider-Man, What If Fantastic Four, What If Magic, What If Planet Hulk.
Yeah.
It's all just one shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon this one would definitely be a later one. What if X-Men wedding album?
Oh yeah,
So that'd be a 90s.
one of
So
the
I'll go
best ones
volume-
was What If Punisher Killed Daredevil.
Yeah, they had a few of those. What if Punisher killed Spider-Man, or what if Punisher became
Yeah, but in
Spider-Man?
the original series, there's one. What if Punisher killed Daredevil, and that just goes dark, man. Like he ends up just killing like basically the Marvel universe, and that was before Punisher kills the Marvel universe.
Where is this? Ah, there it is. I think that's a direct. Not that it really matters. Yeah, there was some cool stories. So what do we got here?
I always
that's-
loved how
that's-
dark they got.
This is definitely a later one. What if J. Jonah Jameson adopted Spider-Man?
Yeah, I remember that one. That was
That's got a
around the
different
Clone
shape, doesn't
Saga,
it?
I think. Yeah,
It looks about that because it's got the same sort of header type.
yeah.
But-
No, it is. It is. Because
And it's
with
Marvel
that issue,
Ultraverse.
yeah, with that issue also came just before it or just after it. What if the Scarlet Spider killed Spider-Man? There was one other Spider-Man one that had 3 tails in it. It was What If Spider-Man Killed the Lizard, and a couple of other ones. So those were still good.
Oh, okay. This is still classified as Volume 2. Okay. So this is still there. Well, that was 114 issues, so that's probably the biggest. That's the biggest run of them. Yeah, this is another one. What if Shard had lived instead of Bishop?
Who?
Exactly.
Shard.
Shard.
I've never even seen that one before.
Yeah.
Don't even know who Shard is.
Obviously, somebody who died saving Bishop or something must have been. Which is that one there. Yeah, they really changed up the trade dress later in that volume 2 as well, so it makes it a little bit harder to follow to work out what fucking volume it is. But that was probably also the hardest thing about collecting an ongoing title like Amazing. You know, it's like there's so many volumes because they restart the numbers so many fucking times.
Well,
Like,
what
when
I
I
loved
was
about the
trying
What If comics was I only collected Spider-Man. So
Yeah.
when I used to buy the What If comics, it would really introduce me to the Marvel universe as a whole.
And it gave you a bit of a branch out too.
Yeah,
And it was
exactly
the
right.
same with like a lot of these ones too, like the 2-in-1s and things like that. Like it would like introduce you to new characters if you didn't read there. Sort of like if you weren't a Fantastic Four guy, you were like, I've never read anything with a thing in it. Okay, it's a Spider-Man in the thing. I'll learn about him.
Yeah, which is exactly what they tried to. That was their goal, and it worked.
Yeah. A lot of people like collecting because it's a decent run too. Because it's, I think even the 2-in-1s, I think it's like a 200 issue run or something too. So it's a decent sized run to try and collect. I've only got odd numbers, but I know a few guys in the YouTube community that are actually actively trying to get the whole entire run.
Yeah, well, it's a good run, man. I think it's a good run.
Yeah, and that's why I like the which one is it? That one. That's why I like the Marvel Spotlight, Marvel Premiere, like those sort of books from the 70s, like from the Bronze Age. Obviously, there's a lot of big books in there. There's a lot of keys and expensive books and things like that. But there was a lot of like lesser known characters or
Have you got the What If
introductions to
Conan?
characters. I have that one.
Yeah, cool.
The What If Conan was born in recent times or something like that, I think it was.
Yeah, something like that.
It's
What if
awesome looking cover too.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I have it in this pile or not. Did I bring it out in this one? Might have been in the last lot I scanned. Yeah, it was in the last lot I scanned. But like, that's a cool, beautiful painted cover on the front of that one. That was gorgeous. Where is it? 56, 56. You wanted me wanting... You're doing what I did to you at Spidey's Outback. I'm like, I'm surrounded by books. I know I need to do this, but now I want to smoke. I have some. Recently... That doesn't worry me, but it's like, it's more the fact that I just want to keep going.
I only recently started again, so I've got to stop again.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're on the vapes, huh?
Yeah, they're too expensive now.
Well, smokes are too fucking expensive.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Although I do get the imports.
Yeah. It's the only way to get them.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I'm not paying freaking $50 a packet or whatever like that for a pack of 25s. I'd rather pay $20 for a pack of 20s.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
All right, well, I'm going to have to love you and leave you. I've got 10% left, and I need the phone for the toilet to read my comics.
Thanks for that information. My night is now set. All right, awesome. Thanks for joining, though, brother. I greatly appreciate it.
No worries, brother. Thanks for the invite.
No worries. I'll sit here and talk jibber jabber while looking at my comics and scanning them.
Good on you. All
right, brother. Take it easy.
See ya.
Catch up. I got 69. It's just little old me again. So, yeah, as I said, if anybody wants to jump on, just hit me up. I'll shoot through a link. Otherwise, I'm literally just going to keep going. I don't even know how long have I been going for? Shit, I've been going for an hour and a quarter, and I've barely scanned fuck all. It's just so time consuming. I might have to do a couple of these just to try and catch up, I think. But where are we? 2 and 1. 2 and 1. Where are you? 100. I need to get this shit done though. Oh, this is the last issue. Okay. Or in this volume anyway. Newsstand edition. I actually thought it was bigger than 100 books. What are we on to now? Some Incredible Hulk books. Actually, what I might do is I might just do a quick sync. Don't want to lose what I've scanned. There we go. All right, let's go back to add. Hulk. Volume 1. The only problem with doing it searching by series now, I need to like slide all the way up. Nope, now I've gone way too far. 230, 230. Come on, where are you? So many random books, but I love it. Come on. Where are you? Come on. 230. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah. Well, that was good of Bo to jump on and keep me company for a little while. It's always good to have somebody to sort of bounce off instead of me just sort of staring down and looking at my phone. Even if I just keep doing that, but, there's somebody to go. Hey, what's going on, sicko? Yeah, I'm still going. I've only been going for an hour and a quarter. I haven't been going that long, but I'm just trying to get some stuff. I'm more just scanning than bagging and boarding at the moment because I'm just going through all the old books that are already bagged and boarded. None of them really need to have their bags or boards replaced, so Yeah, you can jump on if you want, Sicko. Hang on, I'll chuck it on. Actually, I should put my phone back on charge. Ugh. Yep, wrong one. Too many charging cords down here. Yep, hang on. Where is it? I'll chuck it in the Insomniac chat, Sicko. Grab it from there. Because my phone's sort of overheating, so I don't want to use it for too much longer. There we go. Copy. Insomniac. There we go. Be right back. Okay, cool. Where are we? 242. Hulk 242. Newsstand edition, I think. They both look the same anyway. No, looks like Hulk's going to get squashed by a big ass foot. 244. Just so many random issues. But it's good because then if you want to start collecting the run, you can just sort of fill in the gaps. This one is... so that'll be that one there. What do you got? Hulk 251. Oh, no, this one's actually the newsstand. Not that it really matters again. Add to collection. All right, that's another one of those boxes done. I suppose that's the other thing. At least it's clearing a little bit of excess clutterage around here, which is always good too. All right, what do we got? Some Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider, and that'll be volume 1. All right, what do we got? Number 30. I love these old Ghost Rider books. They're awesome. Number 30. Okay, this is a key for some reason. Why is it a key? Let's click on the wrong one. No, I clicked on the wrong one. Second cameo appearance of Bounty Hunter. Whoop-de-doo. I still like the cover though. Cover looks cool. Hopefully this follows a trend. Yes, it does. 32. Hang on. Did I just click on the wrong one? Oh, no, that's all right. Clicked on the wrong one. 30. 32. What do we got? 41. 41. Boom. Number 60. Come on, where are you? Number 60. That is direct edition. I have to keep an eye on my battery levels too. Ghost Rider Volume 1, number 61. That would be the newsstand edition. Number 62. So at least we've got some Succession. What else we got? Ghost Rider 71. It's direct. Looks like that's got Tomb of Dracula on it, maybe. 74. It's got a key element to it, apparently. First appearance of Centurious. Okay, maybe it's not Tomb of Dracula then. Looks like Tomb of Dracula, though. Ghost Rider number 78. I probably need to really start working on this run too, I think. I think I have all of volume 2, but yeah, after that I don't have much, and I need more of volume 1. What do we got? Power Man and Iron Fist. Whoops. Power Man. And Iron Fist. Oh, don't tell me it's going to be. Let's try separating, putting a space in between. Yeah, it's got a space in between the power and the man. You cheeky bugger. Yes, I know. You know I like Ghost Rider. All right, where are we? Power Man, Iron Fist 51. It's that one there. Yeah, I didn't realize back that I had way too many books that needed to be scanned and bagged. I haven't even got to the bagging and boarding thing. I'm just scanning all the ones that still need to be scanned, which is a lot. 52. But if I do a couple of these and try and, so I can get back on top of it. 53. Maybe not necessarily this week, but yeah, I need to be able to get back on top of this. Especially before the crayon, you can bag and board while you watch TV. Yeah, I could probably do that too. Just that I'm, racking up a little bit of hours. Trying to rack up those hours. What's that? 79. Where is it? 79. That's the direct edition. But you won't. Yeah, I know. That's why I do it on a that's why I do it on a live stream, because if I do it on a live stream, then I'll do it. Or at least do it until I get tired or a sore back, and then at least I've accomplished something. Get loose and back and board for you. Sicko! What are you doing up?
Going.
Have you been to bed yet?
I'm
waiting for you to say 2 days ago.
Yeah, I got up around 12 or 1. That's pretty early for me.
Yeah.
I had magic, and it was hard to wake up.
You're really getting into this magic stuff, aren't you?
I really missed competing
Hmm.
The game, I'd much rather play poker or blackjack or something that had a little bit less of a stigma around it. But
Oh, you see, what you're saying is you're saying Magic is like extremely nerdy.
yeah, I see it as pretty nerdy.
Mm.
Excuse me.
Realistically, this day and age, like when I was a kid, comics were nerdy, so you kept it quiet. You'd hide them under your bed, or you wouldn't tell your friends you collect comics or something, because like you'd play basketball, or you'd play some sort of sport or something to be cool, and
Yeah,
all that sort of stuff. So you wouldn't tell people that sort of shit, But nowadays, all this stuff is acceptable.
it is.
Nobody
Very
gives a shit
popular.
anymore.
It is very popular, especially with like the younger generations, like the streamers. Doesn't matter what they're into. They all have like a side Magic thing going on.
Yeah.
All the way up to like Post Malone, So it's incredibly acceptable now.
Yeah, we have a lot of celebrities, a lot of like influencers and like big YouTubers and all this sort of stuff. Say they collect Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards or Magic cards or collect comics or toys or all that sort of stuff. So then it becomes a lot more acceptable, or a lot less, not necessarily acceptable, but people just don't think twice about it anymore.
Yes, exactly.
So at the end of the day, if you want to go in tournaments and do Magic the Gathering stuff and whatever like that, fucking do it.
Well, I figured I'd learn it because it's a kid's game, and I work at the LGS, and you gotta know what you're talking about, right? You can't work at a video game store and not play video games. Like, what are you doing? You can't work at a comic book store and not read comics.
Yeah.
And it's like a vegetarian working at a burger joint. It's just so like, what? And I've seen what are you doing? And she recommended the veggie burger. I tried it. It was actually very good. And when I played, I was like, "Oh, this is wait, what is happening? What's going on?" And then
It's very complex though, isn't it?
Oh my god, it's like lawyer talk. Like, man, the judging is so intense. They're so sweaty. They're so, oh my god, dude. Like, they will call you on all kinds of shit, and that's what drew me into it, was that it wasn't just like sleepy at the wheel. You had to be really sharp. You had to think about, you had to prepare, um, and so it feels like fighting for me without having to go out and get thrown around by some 23-year-old who's trying to make the UFC, and you're 250 pounds, and he throws you again and again and again. And you're questioning, you're like, God, why am I doing this? I'm just paying to come get beat up at the gym. My time's gone and come and gone.
Oh god.
There's some guys that do it till they're 60. I just don't know how to do that.
It's some people just have more discipline than others too.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'll be the first one to say, like, I jump backwards and forwards between a lot of things. Like, especially when I was younger, I was playing a lot of sports. Like, before you start smoking, before you start drinking, and and all that sort of stuff, you start becoming of age. Like, I tried a lot of different sports. I tried a lot of different martial arts. I tried a lot of, different types of collecting stuff. Even comics. Like I've been in and out of collecting comics probably, 10 times, in my lifetime. Like movies, like, I collect movies. I was sort of in and out of that quite a few times. I collected, basketball cards, and then I went to comic cards, and, I collect statues and then original art and stuff like that. And, it's just in and out of all these different, it might be the all same fandom. Like it might be all like, obviously I collect mainly Marvel stuff. But I still chip and change between. It's like when like Mike Beckerman keeps saying, he doesn't love me anymore because I'm not collecting original art anymore. I'm like, it's only because I can't afford to focus on original art's an expensive hobby. But collecting comic books can be an expensive hobby too. Yeah.
Any hobby in this economy right now is expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's
just varieties of expensive now.
I really need to go and have a smoke. Bo made me want to go and have a smoke now.
Especially if you're an original art collector.
Yeah, it's and like everything else, original art went right up in price too. Like, especially me, like getting commissions from artists and things like that. Like, I know there were some artists that have had the same price for the same thing for like 10, 15 years. They get out of COVID and all of a sudden it's twice the price. And that's only because everybody else is doing it, so I'll do it too. They're all like sheep now. It's just follow the leader. We'll just put our prices up. So it's very hard on a limited budget to collect, especially me because commissions can be a little bit cheaper sometimes, but it can still be expensive as well because you can still buy like pages from a comic book for a couple $100 each. Won't be from a big name artist, or it won't be from a well-known comic, or might not even have the main character in the thing, but you can still get them at a reasonable price. I've seen artists sell published comic pages from a published book for like $50, $100.
We have some random Miracle Man original artwork. I don't know. It's not my thing. I haven't looked too closely at it. It's 250 Canadian dollars. There were 4. They sold 3. Now there's just 1. So I mean, if you're American, that's pretty cheap for original artwork. It's not too bad.
Yeah, so it's
not everything I recognize, but
yeah. So it can be still, but I've never been into, like, I'd love to be able to collect pages as well, but I got hooked into the commission game, so that's where like my heart was more into that. Like I have a couple of pages, but most of my stuff's all direct commission sort of things. So, but it's very hard to go after like big dollar, like big boy books and get original art at the same time. It's very, very hard. Or very costly, should I say.
What's a big name book for you?
Amazing Fantasy 15.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
That's a big boy book.
That's pretty big. What are the biggest?
Not that I'm going after that because I'll never be able to afford that unless I win Lotto, or a save for like 100 years.
So when I was getting into Magic, they were like, well, we recommend that you play with your friends. And I was like, I don't think you understand. My friends are on the internet. I don't know anyone in real life. And I know a couple people, but then he was like, well, there's competitive Magic. These guys, they meet up and they play. So they're really friendly, and there's quite a stigma around Magic that they're not friendly, or can't meet anyone. Man, these guys roam in packs. Like they go to tournaments. Like I can tell you all the guys that are going to be there, and I feel bad for some of the other guys because they'll like swap out decks and it kind of built up like a team. So some of these decks are like $2,000 and up, which is a lot of fucking money in my world. A lot of fucking money. That's probably like just entry point for some original artwork. But
for some artists, yeah,
for some artists, definitely.
You can only get a head sketch on a small piece of paper for some artists for something like that.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's if I was to sit around opening packs or buying cards, it's just not feasible. I'd have to find something to do in the meantime where and then things rotate in and rotate out. So if you build a deck and then half of it rotates out, well, I don't know.
I suppose you'd have to buy like new expansion packs to get like the new hot thing or something like that, and probably some old cards might not be allowed to be used anymore or something. And like I personally don't know much about it myself.
You nailed it. You nailed it. That's exactly it. You nailed it.
But it sounds like it'll be something like that.
Good morning, Legion. So I get to go and just meet up with them, and they're like, so we're gonna try you out on Lotus Field. We're gonna try you out on Mono Red. I don't know what these things mean. We're gonna try you out on Tron. I was just like, okay. And it's an opportunity that I wouldn't usually get, and I have to deal with like the social things, social cues, making conversation, when to try to make eye contact.
I suppose they're probably all small, young, or little nerdy kids, and you're a big 6'3" fucking 300-pound monster or whatever like that. They're probably a bit scared of you too.
Surprisingly, they're all about my age. Some of them are older than me. I wish we had some younger people. Younger people tend to be able to play with their friends, where we just
and I suppose if you play long enough, if you play long enough, you become friends with people too, and
exactly,
and things like that. You get to know people and all that sort of stuff, and that's what it's like. Same with this YouTube thing, Simple Simon got me into it, and then he introduced me to one person, and then he introduced me. I'd be on a show with
I'm talking to a dude from Australia right now. In real time.
So it's good that it's like I've met a lot of great people, a lot of people that I consider like close friends and stuff now. Like we may have never met in person. Hopefully one day. But yeah, never met. Besides, like some of the Aussie guys, of course, but I've never met any of the Americans or the Canadians or the UK guys or anything like that. Hopefully one day I will. And then it'll just I think it'll just solidify the friendship even more. So
absolutely. I just realized I don't have you plugged in.
Yeah, your microphone's a little bit sounds like you're like talking from a distance.
How are we now?
Yeah, that's a bit better.
That's what we should be. There we go. Sorry about that.
That's all right. I can still hear you. It just sounded like it was just from a distance. That's all.
I've been struggling with the idea of wiping my computer because it's just I haven't reformatted it since like 2011.
Oh,
and
shit.
It's got so much bloatware and old crap, and I was trying to go through, and I just you know what, screw it, just whatever's on there, throw it to the flames. I'll make more. And God, it took all day. And some things I was trying to fix, I spent like 8 hours, and I was like, okay, well, you know, I've taken computer science classes and art classes in university. I did a couple semesters, and so I'm not a complete idiot with computers. But every time I tried to figure something out, like a workaround, it still didn't work. And ultimately, I found out that it was a me problem the whole time. It was a very simple, at the same time not simple. I was just like, oh my God. If I just thought about this earlier, I would have saved like 8 hours.
Yeah, so I was okay with computers when I was younger, but I've never really had, besides like the laptop that I've got now, I've never really had a computer for any great length of time, enough to be able to sort of really teach myself. And I've noticed as I've gotten older, my patience is a lot less as well. So it's the same with like putting together pre-recorded videos and putting them on YouTube. Like you say, so many of these guys put like special effects and do their own like intros and outros and, you know, thumbnails and, you know, and all this sort of stuff. And it's just like, it's so much to try and learn. And one, I don't have the patience, and I just don't have the mental fortitude to do it anymore. So I do it on a very basic level, which is enough to, you know, keep me going, and, you know, enough to show people what I'm trying to do.
Not that you're old, but do you find that you develop that sense of thinking more as you get older? I feel that way.
I feel like I get more
old.
I feel like I'm getting more impatient as I get older.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like you'd think it'd be the other way around. You'd think as you get older, you'd be more like, you know, life is life, you know, shit is shit, whatever, you know. But I have felt
the way I've been going. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been feeling like I'm actually getting. I've always been an impatient person, but I feel like I'm getting more impatient as I get older, which is weird. But it you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I think I inherited it from my mum as well, because she's a very impatient person as well. Dad's a very patient person, but mum definitely isn't. She's very impatient, so I think that's probably where I adopted it from, I'd say. Maybe
I inherited it. My dad just has such a nonchalant, like, it's not worth it. Don't give a shit kind of attitude. And I've just been developing that lately. But what are you bagging boarding? What do you got going over there?
A lot of stuff.
We never know with MadSpidey.
Well, you'll know it's all Marvel books. You'll know that much, but
oh yeah.
But it's yeah. I didn't realize, like, I knew I needed bags and boards, so I finally went and bought some. But I've realized I've got so much stuff that's already bagged and boarded that I still need to scan into my CLZ. That I haven't even got to the bagging and boarding yet. because the bagging and boarding's all the new stuff, but I've got that many old books that I still have to scan into my app so I know what I have and what I don't have. That it's yeah, I'm probably going to need to do a couple of these streams because I won't be able to keep this going for too long because I got to get some sleep and get up for work and all that fun adult stuff.
Yeah. I wish.
And it's yeah, I don't think I'll be getting any more time off probably until Christmas. I don't think the way it's going. So where is it?
Well, Christmas ain't that far away.
No, it's not. But in the same time, it is.
Unfortunately. Yeah, if you're going
like,
through
I'm not
it, time is
yeah. The only time, I'm only more interested in Christmas time because of the time off that I usually get. I'm not. I used to love Christmas as a kid and all that sort of stuff. Hey, Clumsy. Yeah, I used to love Christmas as a kid and stuff, but as you get older, it just you don't get the cool stuff anymore. Like, I know that's a bit selfish, but you don't really get the cool toys or the cool things anymore. It's like socks and underpants and the usual sort of stuff you get from like parents and shit and whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's just not as great as what it used to be. And the problem with it being over here, our Christmas is in summer. So it's not like, oh, I hope it's a white Christmas this year. It's this year. With us, it's more like, I hope it's not 40 degrees Celsius when we fucking fry in the bloody house, and shit like that. So, but yeah. I suppose you'd probably not want a white Christmas because wouldn't it be like snow a lot of the time where you are?
It snows.
Underpants, just long sleeve underwear. Yeah, underpants, underwear. Sorry, that's the Australian coming out of me. Sorry, Mark. Sorry, Sicko, you were saying?
I forget what I was saying. Sorry.
About the snow.
Oh, the snow. So it gets pretty chilly about Halloween. Quite often we have good Halloweens that aren't too cold. But yeah, right about Halloween, it starts getting pretty icy on the roads. Just like the temperature just starts dropping, whether or not there's snow or not. It gets chilly. We've had some years where there was no snow all the way into December. In fact, last year it didn't snow till December. And it just seems to do that every like 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 years. It's weird drought phenomenon. But it gets damn cold whether or not there's snow.
Yeah. And I suppose it's probably the misconception, like, people have about Australia. It's probably the conception that Canada snows all the time and it's cold all the time and stuff like that because you're like further up north, getting towards sort of Arctic areas and stuff like that. I suppose that's the misconception with that.
It's not entirely. If you go, if you just go one town up, two. So if there's only like one more town, where I live, north, and then after that you're in the bush. But
Yeah.
there is one more kind of famous town after that. After that, you need to get flown places.
Okay.
And if something go wrong, you die up there. It's a no fuck around zone kind of thing.
Yeah.
I like to stay south.
Pure wilderness.
It's it'll kill you if you do one small wrong thing. I fucked around. I went up there and I was like, no, that's not for me. That's not for me.
Come back to civilization.
We ran out of gas before the airplane came in, and damn, some nights were cold. Holy, I was like, nope. No, I'm an indoor guy.
Yeah, I'm. Oh, that's the same with me. The same with me with the heat, because the heat can get pretty intense, especially in summertime. More summer for us starts in December, ends in February, so it's more the like late January and most of February that you can hit like mid 30s to 40s to even sometimes mid 40 degrees Celsius. So for the Americans, that's probably in around, I think it's like the 110 to 120 degree Fahrenheit or something like that, I think it is. But we get a lot of humidity as well.
Oh god.
So it can get like really, really uncomfortable.
I'm a polar bear. I'm built for the snow. I just don't want to die in the middle of nowhere surrounded by nothing.
Yeah.
It was kind of it's a weird experience not being around any civilization.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, well, that'd be like our outback, because outback, like, it could be literally, you can sort of just look around you and just be nothing but either trees, or it could just be fields, or it could be desert, or it could be God knows what. Hey, Marcus. So yeah, it can be it could be fucking scary if you don't know what you're doing. And like when like all like a lot of the Americans say, oh, everything in Australia will kill you. Well, if you're out in the middle of nowhere, then that definitely can be the case. Whereas when you're in like, your metropolitan, your suburban areas, not so much. We call that nature, but outback sounds cool too.
Yeah, we do that. We do just call that nature. I don't think anywhere in North America, Canadian or American, do we call anything the outback.
Nah, that's definitely an Australian thing. Definitely an Australian thing. Yeah, but some of it can be very beautiful too. The internet has made it clear to me death is imminent in Australia. Well, the internet's wrong.
I honestly have a phobia of basically Australia. I forget. I was watching like 10 Deadliest Animals. They were all from Australia. Okay, it started with like this like little tiny. They're like, first we have this like tiny little thing, and I'm like, how could that do any damage to you? And they're like, so what it does is if you bump into it, it just like expands and like pierces through your heart and you die. And I'm just like, oh my God, what? And then they're like, on top of that, there's like sharks and like bugs, jellyfish, and all that stuff. And I'm like, man, we haven't even gotten out of the water yet, dude. And then like, so then you start walking on the sand, and there's all these like octopus and like crab things you step on, and injecting poisons, and yeah, it's just like, oh my gosh, okay, so if we survive the water, we're gonna barely survive the. They've got like natural defenses. You can't invade Australia, like the nature's just gonna off you before you get anywhere. And then
we do have a pop. We do have quite a. We have a lot of sharks. The only one that's probably the most common that would kill you is great white. We're like the biggest one of the lot, but yeah.
Is it safe to say generally just anything in the water in Australia, like you should just avoid? If anything's floating near you, I'd probably just, I'm a betting man and I'm not taking that bet. Yeah. I would just go the other way.
I like that. Rescuers down under the big monitor lizards are scary. They can get pretty big. But the monitor lizards, the best thing to do is don't stand still.
Oh.
Because if you stand still, they think you're a tree and they will try and climb up you. And they're probably about, some of them can get to about 2 meters long from like nose to tail, which is probably about, what's that? About 2 feet, 2.5 feet long or something.
Jesus Christ!
But you don't want to stand still. I always wanted a frilled neck lizard, Aaron. Frilled neck lizard. Yeah, they're actually pretty cool. You can actually get them as pets.
The shit I
so
saw.
They are pretty. They will not kill you. They will not kill you. That will not. That's frilled neck lizard is actually indigenous to Australia, but it will not kill you.
In Florida, there were, instead of grasshoppers like we have here or gophers, there were just like varieties and alarming amounts of lizards scurrying in all directions. I was just like, holy shit. I saw iguanas on the side of the road. I saw iguanas like this big. That was only Florida. We're nowhere near Australia.
Hey, that guy stopped, walked and turned to a tree. Let's climb his up. Yeah, literally, Mark. That's what it's like. Yeah, it's quite funny, actually. It's like the old saying, don't poke the bear. It's the same with a lot of stuff here. It's like if you see a snake on the ground, you're not going to go and poke it with a stick to aggravate it. You'll just walk around it or back away from it or just avoid it. Like if you don't aggravate most things or you don't stand on it or try and pick a fight with it or something, it'll leave you alone. You leave it alone, it'll leave you alone. That's probably the greatest piece of advice I can give. Let's do another sync up. Beautiful. All right. Scan by title. Fantastic for annual. Come on, where are you? There we go. And add to collection. I don't think I've dented this really. I'm just saying, I'm like, I'm gonna have to stop this at some point, and then I'm gonna have to clean up. That's all right.
So what kind of setup do you have for your comics?
It's all just short boxes.
Short boxes.
I don't have the I don't have the room. I don't really like long boxes personally, because when you fill them, they're like super fucking heavy.
I don't like them either. Yeah, they're full. You can't get through the door with them. They're super awkward, and then you're forced into this situation where you're like holding it like it's some sort of like bazooka in front of you. You're trying to get up the stairs, and then like something comes horribly undone and starts sliding towards your face, and
they're a little weak in the middle too. If you say you're not actually supporting it properly or whatever like that, they can just bow a little bit in the middle.
Yeah,
I've always preferred the short, and they're a little short boxes, especially when I have to shuffle around a lot. Because I've got a bit of a stack here, and I've got a bit of a stack over there, and a bit of a stack over there, and all that sort of stuff. But it's easy just to go, okay, I just need to shuffle a couple of short boxes and then rearrange some stuff, and then I can just put them back or whatever. It just makes it a little bit easier to do that instead of, especially when they're piled on top of each other too. If I had a permanent space, long boxes probably would be better. If I didn't have to stack them, or if they were all in like I don't know, some sort of shelving arrangement or something, it probably would be more optimal to have long boxes. But in my situation, not so much.
I got a lawyer shelf like Fat Stack Rob has, and I put my graphic boxes on it. And I'm only now starting to run out of space. But
filing cabinets can work too.
You got to get the right filing cabinets.
Yeah, some of them it doesn't work for as well. I've seen some guys have either bought them or made them where they've purposefully made it where the drawer you can fit like 4 stacks in one drawer, and they slide out on the rollers and things like that. When it's a proper setup like that, it actually looks really nice. But obviously you got to be able to find it or build it or afford it or whichever.
Brad, take my word for it. You want a legal or medical filing cabinet. Those things are tanks. They are worth the money. I've got one. I went to Staples. Dude, that thing at Staples, I could RKO and just smash it to pieces, RKO is the only wrestling move I know, but I could put my foot through that thing. That thing wasn't, I could just rip it to shreds with my bare hands. I was like, how am I going to put 200 pounds of comics? And Rad, you've got some really nice books that I've just got modern stuff, you don't want to be putting a stack of Gore the God Butcher in something that's going to collapse in the middle of the night. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, you want something that's sturdy.
It's going to bust right before you have to go to work, right in the middle of the night. Or when you're at work and you don't find it and it's creased your books or something terrible.
Yeah, no, I know a few guys that use the filing cabinets, but they've spent the money and got the decent quality ones. Yeah, not the $2
surprisingly stuff. If you're patient and you're looking online at local listings, some old people get rid of theirs, and the ones built in the 70s were no joke.
Oh, those things, yeah, like as you said, like built like a tank. Like those things would
Built like a tank.
weigh a ton.
You pick them up for like $40-$60, but they're they're not they're rare to find, but you could get lucky. I got lucky. I picked mine up for $100. It's like $2,000 worth of shelf.
You
I
also
had to hire
be...
someone to help me downstairs with it because if
I was gonna say strong enough to get it to where you want it to go too.
Dude, if that thing fell on me like without the books on it, I'd be screwed.
I think if it fell on you without the books in it, you'd still be screwed.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it was. I couldn't believe. I was like, man, that's a slab of steel right there. We're so used to such teeny little metal.
Yeah,
nowadays.
They don't make them like they used to. That's for sure.
No.
Because everything was like cast iron and fucking like real solid sort of shit. Now everything's like, IKEA bloody put together, in kit form, and it's plywood and wooden dowels, and it's like, it's made for mass production at cheap pricing.
We have our own little bird rescue.
Hey,
and
Sarah.
I found out that you can't use regular cookware with them in the house. So we have to use cast iron. And oh my gosh, it's so heavy. Dude, it's like a weapon.
What do you mean by what? Like, what do they do to the cookware? Do they try and like eat it or peck at it or something?
Well, because they have such little bodies, there's potentially toxins of heating up like nonstick cookware. So immediately all your like cheap cast iron, not cast iron, your cheap aluminum or nonstick Walmart pans are out the window.
I haven't even got to the bagging and boarding side yet, Sarah. I'm still doing all the stuff that's still bagged and boarded. Unbagged comics in a PC is an abomination. Yeah, I haven't got to the new books yet. I'm still doing all the old books. And most of them are already bagged and boarded. I just need to scan them into CLZ, which still takes time. Ugh. I'm not going to get it all done tonight, though. So, sorry, Sicko, you were saying?
So do you grade your books?
No, I don't bother. Because you can do that in CLZ. You can actually like, even if it's raw, you can assign it a grade if you want to. But that just takes so much extra time, and I'm not a grade.
I mean CGC.
Oh no, I don't do slabs. I have some slabs that still need to be cracked open, but I only buy them.
So you buy slabs to get the books and crack them open.
Yeah, like if it's because obviously rarity over here, like because things are a lot more scarce over here. If I can get a book in a slab for the same price as I can get it in a raw, and it's a good price, then I'll just buy the slab and then I'll just crack it open later. So I don't have a lot. I still have, I think there's about 10 there that I need to crack. So which I'll get to eventually. Just takes me, it's a lot more to set up. Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, it's a lot more to set up to do a slab cracking if I'm going to do it on a video than what a normal video would take. because I got to like set up tripods and a second camera. I usually con the missus into coming over, or if she's already here or whatever, and I'll video the main thing with my phone, and then she'll video from like a top view, so I can do like a split screen and have two views going at the same time. So, only on two now, Captain Marvel. So yeah, I do need to do some more though. I need to get some spare time of some kind.
Do you come home with your comics bagged and boarded? Is there anyone else that comes home with their books bagged and boarded?
Not new books.
Not new books?
No. Old books, yeah. Old books are generally bagged and boarded in shops and things like that, but not definitely not new books. Always got to bag and board them. Shops don't do it to new books. Well, not over here anyway, unless it's like they quite often will do like the ratios or any exclusives, or like that's like the more expensive new stuff, but not the brand new books. No. 16. What's this? New Comic Book Day books get bagged and boarded on New Comic Book Day, no exceptions. Well, I don't pick up my New Comic Book Day books on New Comic Book Day. I usually get them like once a month or something. So it's a little bit different for me. Or every couple of weeks, whenever I get a chance to actually get down there.
It's interesting. There's quite a variety at the comic book store. Some guys are like farmers, and they don't come in for like 6 months, and their stack is, where's the camera here? Their stack is like this this big. And they're just like, oh my gosh, is this person coming in? And they'll just call in and pay for their comic books and just leave them there, and then they'll pick them up and read them all winter. Because they got a lot of time over in the winter, but farmers here work pretty damn hard. Pretty damn hard.
Oh, see, and that's the thing, because like I have pull lists with two separate comic book stores. One is fairly close to me. It's only we usually pick them up on the weekend. So when I'm at the missus' place, we usually go and pick them up after payday, which is every 2 weeks. So say every 2 weeks I'd at least pick up some, but the other one sometimes, because it's like on the other side of town, so it takes about an hour to get there. But I quite often won't go. I'll only go there like once a month. So it's not. I don't have one that's like just down the street that I just go to. Like, well, I get paid every 2 weeks anyway, so that's why I'd at least pick them up minimum once in every 2 weeks.
I've never told anyone this before, but I sneak down the street and buy my Venoms from the other comic book store because they're
not the one that you work for.
Because they're in better condition. And I try so hard, but the customers that we have are happy, and I'm the only one griping that my Venom book is like a 9.4 or a 9.6 and not a 9.8, where I can go get like a pristine one down the street, and I'm just like, no, I don't care. But I get shop credit, so I get to play around and read a lot of titles that I wouldn't usually read because my Venom books are already taken care of. So I get to explore like Amazing Spider-Man or Daredevil or Iron Man for a little bit. Hulk and Moon Knight surprised me. I was like, well, there's nothing really else to pick up this week, so I'll just grab these. And I was like, dang, I want to get the whole series. Like, I don't know what the heck I just read, but the artwork was fantastic. The story's fantastic. Like, and sometimes you read issue 7 and you're like, what is going on? Like, I don't understand. They did a great job of like keeping a reader who might not have read the series before kind of up to date, and then kind of giving them footnotes like, well, if you want to know more about like the backstory of this little encounter, and you're like, oh man, Moon Knight, whoever's editing or writing that, terrifically done. I love it.
Yeah, I've heard a few people actually say that. Yeah, I'm pulling all of Moon Knight and Hulk. Love Jed McKay and PKG.
Yeah, someone over there.
Philip Kennedy Johnson.
Philip Kennedy Johnson. Yeah, I don't know those names, but I'm definitely going to be looking into them a little bit more. Those, like, I'm talking Moon Knight and Hulk. I had like, I might put them on my top 10 least favorite, but I gave them a shot. I read a couple issues. Hook, line, and sinker, man. I'm a fanboy now. I love that.
Which is good because, like, a lot of people struggle, especially now with the a lot of the newer titles for the big two, like for Marvel and DC. That's why a lot of people are switching to independents, because they're sick of the repetitiveness, or the writers that are on the current runs are not that popular or great, or
some
like
of the art in the Blood Hunt series was
bit average.
I was like, dude, I could do this. Like, and like, I know how you did this. Like, this, what the heck?
Yeah, it's
but like a speed but come on, Captain America's shield has to be a circle. You can't have it like
looking like an egg.
Yeah, I was like, what in the... I was like, I can clearly see where you started and stopped and started and stopped. And
yeah,
but maybe people just started looking that close. Because, man, it's one of our top sellers in our store. And I think it's garbage. So, shows what I know.
Yeah, no, a lot of people are... what's going on here? That's all right. Yeah, a lot of people I've heard complaining. Oh, I can't remember what the book was. It was one of the... I think it was one of the Marvel titles, one of the recent Marvel titles, and they're like, oh, the story's like really awesome, but the art is just absolute fucking crap. And it's like, it's sort of, you want it to be both. Or you at least, if you're an art lover, don't worry about reading the story, just look at the art and just enjoy the art sort of thing. But I suppose it's a bit hard reading a story when the art is physically like subpar or shit or whatever you want to call it. But
I think the kids are calling it mid nowadays.
I don't know what kids say these days. All these different terms and abbreviations and fucking acronyms and all of this shit, and I'm just like, what are they fucking saying?
W Man's in the chat. You're like, what does that mean?
No fucking idea. And I suppose I never like, when I was a big gamer when I was younger, but online gaming was not a thing when I was younger. So like I've heard about people talking about online gaming, like playing like, either Fortnite or something like that. And, they'll be talking about like things that like abbreviations or acronyms or slang or.
The T9
And I'm like, what does any
fan,
of that mean? So
the
out of date.
JKs and the LOL and
Online gaming is the only way. I'm old school, Marcus. Sorry to disappoint you.
I've been getting into Twitch, but man, it makes me feel old. And I'm only 35. They're just like someone was like 31 and they were just like calling him grandpa and stuff. I was just like, oh my goodness.
You're like, I'll have none of that.
It's like,
No, I couldn't. Yeah, no, always. It always reminds me of a story that I was at. This was a couple of years ago. We had a younger guy working with us. He was probably in his, I don't know, at the time I would have been probably just turned 40. He was in his mid-20s. And he said something, or he did something, or I can't remember the exact context of the story, but I'm just like, I said, I said the famous line, "Did I do that?" And he's like, "What?" He's like, "What's that from?" And I'm like, "It's Steve Urkel, Family Matters." And he goes, "Who's Steve Urkel?" I'm like, "Who's? You've never heard of Steve Urkel?" He's like, "Oh, is he some sort of influencer or something?" And I'm like, I just walked away. I'm like, that just made me fucking feel old. That just made me feel really old.
What?
He had no idea who he was.
What? No, oh my god, dude. Man, I love Steve Urkel as a kid. That was probably like one of my early favorite shows.
It just made me feel old and embarrassed. I just walked away. Kids now, Steve Urkel and Sonic the Hedgehog, actually. Oh, okay.
Interesting. We just gotta up our rolls. Get up on our rolls. So, Circumstance, I have a question. There's a rumor about that you do a fantasy football league when there is football to be watched. Is this true? Is there room for more?
Would that have something to do with that? My NCAA 25 dynasty has 30 members or something? Is that?
I don't know. I don't know shit about college football, but if he's talking about college football dynasty,
yeah, I wouldn't have a clue.
He probably does. Brian runs the. Okay. I will talk to Brian.
Ah, okay. Oh, yeah, I had heard something.
Oh, the NCAA 25. Okay. Now that you say it that way, that I know what he's talking about. I guess this is like the second rendition of NCAA, and the football fanatics, the Madden players are out in full force, dominating Twitch, dominating the YouTube shorts.
Yeah, so I never saw the fascination with fantasy leagues. Not that I ever tried one, but I don't see the fascination with it either.
Doom Eternal. I'm almost through Doom 64, and then I've got Doom. I got a bunch of Dooms after that, but I played the original MS DOS, and the reason it's taking so long is
I remember that one.
The mechanics of this is just like, you're just like, oh man, I can only play so much.
Yeah, that's why I gave up on games. I was like, too many hobbies, too many things to spend money on. I got out of the life when I finished working in retail when I was actually like managing a video game store at one point and managing a video games department in a bigger retailer. I'd had enough, and I was a console guy, not a computer guy. I had like 10 consoles hooked up to the one TV with a system selector that I'd just like chip and change. I had thousands of games, and I just sold the lot, got out of it. Yeah, if you're not into sports ball, you're not going to be into sports ball fantasy leagues. Yeah. I do like basketball, but I don't follow it regularly enough.
Yeah, not watching the sport and trying to play fantasy would be a hell of a thing. Though we had a hockey draft, and the East Indian guy from work, he wanted to play. So we hooked him up with some other guy who knew about hockey, but wasn't in the draft, didn't turn the draft down, but helped Kanish or whatever his name is. I think we just called him Kirby. I don't think he knew why, but we just picked Kirby for some reason. It was easy.
Easier to say.
And he ended up getting like second or third, man. Guy didn't know shit about hockey. We're just like, why would you take that goalie? Man, it was just we hooked him up. We hooked him up too much.
He gave him all the good players.
But it was ridiculous watching this guy barely speaking English, just loving hockey, looking at his phone. His phone's blowing up. He's showing us. I'm just like, man, only in Canada can some like Filipino guy or whatever, East Indian guy.
Come on, bro, learn the man's name.
So, it's been a while.
Oh God.
I think he learned English rather quickly after that, and he got a sales position, and he ended up marrying an East Indian girl and having a girl, and I think he now runs one of or both the stores that I worked at with him. So man's not even in my league no more.
He's surpassed you.
He's surpassed me by a lot. Good for him, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it when we see people come to Canada and they flourish.
Whether it's over here now, it's help if I could spell. Over here now, it's people immigrate over here to try and get the better life and all that sort of stuff from not necessarily a third world country, but from a
lesser living.
A lesser type of living for a better life anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then what seems to be happening now is that the parents bring over the whole family, the parents get jobs and, loving life. And then their kids just think they can get away with anything. And now we have an excessive amount of youth crime going on now, where like literally 12, 13, 14-year-olds are walking around with machetes trying to like stab people and rob liquor stores and shit like that. And it's just and it's unfair to the parents because they've come over, they've done the right thing, and the kids just think they can get away with anything, and all they're getting is a slap on the wrist and don't do it again, and like not even going to jail or anything. And it's like the parents need to take control, or I don't know. This sounds harsh. They all need to get deported because it's getting to the point where it's scary. It's scary just to walk down the street anymore.
There are circumstances that can get you deported if you're not following the rules.
Yeah.
You know, if you keep showing up in court, that might be the end of it. I'm by no way educated in these means or understanding the legal workings.
Yeah, like obviously different per country as well, but yeah, it's pretty yeah, like youth crime at the moment is like really, really bad. And these kids are not getting away with it, they're getting caught, but they're not getting sent to jail or anything like that.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Could you imagine if senior crime became a concern? The kids settled down and senior crime was on a rise.
Like some 90-year-old dude with a freaking in a wheelchair or whatever trying to hold up a liquor store with an old shotgun that doesn't work anymore.
Everyone starts clutching their purses around the elderly.
Oh god, that'd be hilarious.
I was like, why
Don't run away from me.
Why?
Oh, I'm definitely turning to a life of crime in my I don't give a fuck anymore years. You look like a criminal, Marcus. Nah, just joking. We're not going to get stuck into the sticky goose debate. Oh god, did you see that? Not that I want to add fuel to the fire, but did you happen to? Have you ever seen any of Sticky Goose comics? I know you've heard CJ talk about him, but
well, can everyone stay calm? Can we have a conversation about Sticky Goose without?
It's my stream. It's my stream, so you can say whatever the fuck you want. I don't care.
I don't want to say anything, and there be hurt people here.
Oh, trust me, Marcus is the last one to care because he's he likes the drama.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't see it, Marcus. Oh, okay. He didn't see the video. It got taken down because people reported him for the anti-bullying policy.
Well, I saw it.
I saw it as well.
I saw the people that they were talking about. Man, they did Biggie dirty.
Oh yeah, they really did.
That was not necessary.
Actually,
that was straight up burn.
Gem Mint actually did a reply video. I just watched it today.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What? Tell me about the reply video.
Let's see. So it was a roast video. People just not need to toughen up. Yeah, but it's the way he does it. It's a bit. It's like a backhanded compliment almost. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like people, yeah, it's all this woke culture and stuff like that. People are too extra sensitive. But Gem Min was all right. Gem Min was like, he took it in stride.
I'm a little on the side of Sledge 75, but there's an exception for what happened with Biggie.
Yeah.
The other ones, some of them I felt were pretty tame.
Yeah. Yeah, as Marcus said, you can't get on YouTube and then care what everyone says or thinks. Not a smart mental health move. That is, you got to be fairly thick-skinned in some way, shape, or form.
I've always
Obviously,
loved.
the bigger you get, the more the more attention you get, the more chance you're going to get negative and positive.
I've always loved Sticky Goose, and I believe I watched his channel from a very early stage, and it's way different now than what it was. There was an instant where he yet again got in trouble for one of his videos, and the community lashed out at him and called him strap on because he walked around a comic book store with a camera strapped onto him
with the GoPro.
Yeah, but I think he took that rather well in stride. And then he even came out later and apologized. And I remember him very candidly talking about what kind of mental state he was in when he chose to post that. And then what mental state he was in later, processing that information. And the conclusion that he came to shows a really human side of the guy, I think. But if you're just like watching his videos, he's pretty snarky. His humor's raunchy is not the right word, but aggressive a little. And yeah, he's the type of guy. He's the type of guy to roast you. I would imagine. Reminds me of like a hockey teammate, someone bumping you when you're not looking, keep you on your toes.
Yeah, he's not everybody's. Send me a blitz invite, you coward. What? What's a blitz invite? If you're talking about you need a link, I already sent one to you earlier, Marcus. What do you mean? Doc Flish don't... What? I have no idea what you're trying to say, Perry. You're fucking on drugs. Oh, that was for Perry Gaming. Okay. Yeah, like he's not everybody's cup of tea. I can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to do, like as you said, like the roast type humor, the satire humor, a little bit of like a lot of the people from Britain, like UK English people, they've got that sort of type of humor a little bit too, like that dark humor, like dry humor.
The early live streams that I got to witness, when he was upstairs in his blue room with his gaming tables in the middle of the room. That was when I was watching him. His content was a little more, it was a different direction than it is now. And the new direction is obviously working out for him. But the Sticky Goose I got to see was human and genuine. And I think that this Sticky Goose is a little bit of a character.
Yeah.
And characters work.
Well, he's got almost 11,000 subscribers and he's got membership and all that sort of shit. So obviously people like him, and so good on him. If it's working for him, then do it. Me personally, I don't think I could do that kind of thing. I'm not a funny person. I don't have that kind of brain for that. Comic book collectors love to complain about the things they support. Variants, reboot, number ones, clickbait, drama videos. Yeah, exactly, Marcus. And I know you like feeling that fire as well. You're a big troll. You're the biggest troll I know, but I still love you. We say we hate those things, but the numbers don't lie. Exactly. Like at the end of the day, he's getting views. You know, like people might watch his normal content and he might get 1,000 views, but then as soon as he puts some stupid title or something that you know is going to stir up drama, then he's got 5,000 or 10,000 views. So it's the way it works. Everybody, it's a negative. It's a negative society. That's why a lot of people like watching, like, you know, these rage baiters and cancel culture guys, and people are just like, you know, complaining for the sake of complaining, and you know, that's not my thing. I hope to never be that thing. I would rather I would rather have 500 subscribers with little views and doing what I love than purposefully doing something that I don't like doing and have 1 million subscribers and lots of money and all that sort of stuff. I'd rather just enjoy it regardless of views or subs.
Yeah. You got Tales of Astonish. But, you know. I think I might have to finish this box that I'm looking at, and then I think that'll be enough for me. I think come close to almost 3 hours.
Sounds good to me.
I've accomplished something. It doesn't look like I've accomplished something, but I've accomplished something. Anyone that got butthurt at someone talking trash in a video wouldn't make it an hour at a barbecue around here. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. And that's I think the only thing that I'll say about it is that there is still a difference between doing satire humor and trying to roast somebody than just being a mean dickhead. And I think he crossed the line between the two in that video on a couple of occasions, and I think that's what got everybody upset. And I think that's pretty much what I'll say about that. So, but yeah, what have I got now? Astonishing Tales. Astonishing Tales, Volume 1. We are cultivating a soft generation. Yeah, for sure. That is, yeah, everything's too woke now. Everybody's oversensitive.
I agree.
You can't say shit these days without offending anybody. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone a bit too far. Like, I'm not saying I condone bullying. I do not condone bullying. I do not condone racism. I do not condone any of that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, if you're just trying to have a bit of fun and have a bit of a joke, then there's always a line. But yeah, people are just oversensitive now. I watched it because of all the complaining. I didn't see anything out of line. They weren't vindictive, laughing and joking about it all. But I think there's a difference between laughing and joking at somebody's expense if they know the person personally, if they don't know the person, then it's a little bit different, I think. You muted yourself, Sicko.
He called him a human cigarette.
Hell, if anybody watches me on Spidey's Outback on freaking on the weekend, they'd probably say the same about me. Especially if I'm outside. I bloody smoke like a chimney when I'm outside. But, yeah, I think, you have to be careful when you're having a go at Biggie because Biggie fires back. They called Durs a criminal. Yeah, there was probably a little bit borderline out of, a bit too far. And that's obviously YouTube decided that they had a good claim with the anti-bullying policy. And that's why the video got taken down.
I think the other ones were okay.
Yeah, I don't know whether he's had any others taken down or not, but
no, we're not live.
We're about to not live. I've had enough bagging and boarding. I've been doing it for almost 3 hours, CJ. So I was actually going to do it earlier because I know Papa was asking for an insomniac, and I finished an hour. I did the earlier shift, finished an hour early. I was going to do it, but I was just too tired. Had some other stuff to do to help Mum out. So I did that for a couple of hours, had dinner, and then I thought, okay, fuck, I'll schedule one now, whether anybody watches or not. But, are you talking about? Yeah, we did talk about Sticky for a bit, CJ. I spent most of my life in an infantry unit. What he said is Sunday service level of convo. Yeah, I work around tradespeople like electricians all day, every day, and yeah, there's no politeness going on there either. So I know what you mean, Sledge. That's for sure. All right, so that's the pile of rubbish I need to get rid of. That's me bags and boards. Whoops. All right, so that's bags and boards. I don't like copyright rats. Copyright rats? I don't think I know what you're referencing, CJ. What? Because he tries to copy what you do. All right. So yeah, I've still got all them to do. I've still got all them to do, and I still have all them to do. So there's still a lot to get done. But yeah, it does look a little bit cleaner around this area now because they're all like just piled up everywhere. CJ, who sent the strike? That's tight copyright rats. People that rat to the goo. Oh, yeah, I get you now. Yeah, in other words, yeah, the people that dobbed him in for the anti-bullying policy. Yeah, no, I get you now. He loves his googly eyes. What are you eating? It's turning your lips blue. Or was it the drink? Takis, blue heat. Okay, I don't even know what they are. Was it like a type of crisp or something?
Yeah. I guess you guys call them crisp, so they're there.
Oh, we call
I
them
didn't realize you was turning all my shit blue.
Like your tongue's blue, your lips are blue. Oh, it's hilarious. Ah, that's all right. Who cares? Yeah, I know you don't like the googly eyes, CJ.
I don't like the googly eyes either.
Yeah.
They're no
Googly
good.
eyes can get fucked. All right. I'm going to call it. I need to get some rest. My back is killing me from sitting on the edge of my bed doing this shit. So maybe, not tomorrow night. Tomorrow night I might do a pre-recorded. I might do another one maybe Wednesday night. See how I feel. People have done that to me. Yeah, I know, CJ. I know. All right. Thank you to everybody who was in the chat. Thanks to Sicko and thanks to Bo for jumping in and keeping me company. I greatly appreciate it. I don't have any ending, as everybody knows, so I'll pretty much just hit the end stream. I won't do any CJ special tricks. Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Bye.
Be good to each other. Come on. End.